Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gregtech, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. I'm recording this video basically on the heels of the previous one. I haven't done anything with the base other than jury-rigging this system up. I've got some combustion generators up here. I made a second I used my second energy hatch right here in order to get more power into this thing so that I could run the scanner and get this guy. I have now the data orb for indium. That thing I want to keep safe and never ever lose because yeah, I want to be able to replicate lots of indium. Like I say, I jury-rigged my system. I wasn't sure how quickly it was going to drain power. Looks like it does all right having the combustion generators up there. It dropped by almost 200 million EU over the course of that 48 minutes that it took to research that. That's the whole reason I went with the advanced IV scanner, is simply because 11 days is... was it 11 days? 11 hours. 11 hours was entirely too long to get that thing up and running. I think it was hours. I could be wrong. But it was a long time, and so I decided 48 minutes of waiting was going to be far shorter. I've got my second batch of fuel rods in here running, working its way down so that I can... one, power this thing, two, research this stuff, and then three, that second batch will get me up to 6 of the plutonium that I need in order to start automating argon out of thin air. So that will be nice. Well, almost thin air. It's really thin. It's air plus a tiny pile of uranium-238, but that's pretty simple stuff there at that point. So I'm letting the PSS charge up a bit before I decide to slap in the yttrium and another data orb, and that will get me, those two combined will get me, what is it, it'll take about 37, maybe 38 minutes in order to have yttrium available to replicate. Really, the only other thing that I find annoying at this point is boron to make the borosilicate glass, which is what I will need to slap down a mega EBF. So I may end up doing a third thing and doing the scanning of boron, which will probably require me to unsift, however it takes it, either electrolyze or centrifuge some of the borosilicate glass so that I can get one piece of boron back in order to run it through here and have that taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and let this thing run for a bit. I want to get it back up to close to that billion EU and then start scanning the yttrium and that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to show off this wonderful looking jury-rigged disaster here as I'm trying to get a little bit further. I'll take the combustion generator and the EV hatch. This right here is a 9, one of the 9 EV battery buffers that I got off of Ross, and then right behind it is I created one EV circuit and I created basically a buffered dynamo hatch so that I'm actually getting 4 amps of EV out in order to power this thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and break away. I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the indium to get yttrium. I'm probably going to do that with boron as well, so I don't have to go sifting through a bunch of what's it called, salt in order to get the boron to make borosilicate glass. Yeah, I don't have any boron, so I'm going to need, what is that, 8 of these guys, and then I should be able to just get 1 bit of boron back. Looks like it's centrifuged out. So yeah, I get the 1 bit of boron back, and then I will probably scan this guy as well. Scanner. Oh, that hardly takes any time at all. That's going to breeze through that to make that. All right. anyway, I'm going to get those things done. Once that's done, then I can start considering making some, oh, what is it? Some superconducting wire, especially now that I am getting helium. I am going to automate a small setup because I made it to the end. I now have end stone, and one of the nice things about end stone is I can put this underneath a yellow stone lily, and it will generate not that, but that end stone dust, and the end stone dust can of course be centrifuged and get helium, so that will provide me a much easier time of getting helium. Yeah, I'll look at getting that set up, automating that. After I can get enough plutonium, I can automate argon, so I'll get that set up. And I'm thinking about setting up separate rooms. My base design, what I was thinking about doing is from down here, this guy's going to go all the way up almost to this level that you can see right here. It'll actually, I think, sit at that level or maybe one below it. I'm going to have some pipes that run off, and then where the wood is, I'm going to have a floor built out, and I'm going to have some glass window rooms back there where I'll probably stick one chemical each. So yeah, looking at more base design, trying to get a feel for something that'll look nice and functional, and then start also breaking up all of the craziness that I've got going on here. So we will see you guys back here after I've gotten some more progress that's not just sitting around and waiting for things to finish. Alright, after a bunch of time-consuming stuff, I've been working away on my plants up here. I'm working with Stargadium and the space plants, trying to get some of that stuff up and running. Part of that is because I am nearing the completion of this line of quests. I did just finally get this done. If I fluid output that, you can see I finally have all of that, and it wants one cell of UU amplifier. So let's just grab ourselves an empty cell, and we'll pick that up and get this quest completed. There we are, Advanced Amplifabricator. So there's our one cell of UU amplifier. Completes this part of the quest and unlocks the actual UU matter part, where it wants us to make a basic mass fabricator. Matter can be used. Downside, you can't build an HV one right now. Build an LV one, power it with 8 amps, and get your first UU matter. And it wants a cell of UU matter. So yay, fun times for that. That's an amplifabricator. That's a microwave. Did I get? I know I got an amplifier, but what was it? Where is it? Maybe it's over in this one. Thermal centrifuge. Microwave scanner. Oh, there's that guy. So yeah, I got an HV one as opposed to an LV one. This guy, yeah, it wants some pretty hefty duty field generators for that. So I guess I'm gonna have to make the LV one in order to complete that quest. But I can go ahead and make this itself. Well, maybe not immediately, because I only have 62 space flowers and 82 UUM berries. So that might take a bit of time to generate enough to knock out that quest, but I am slowly growing more plants. You guys can see I've got some of the stuff set up. Because this is so time consuming, I tend to slap down stuff, wait for enough of it to have small plants, and then I go find other things to do because these guys just take so long to grow. But I do have, if I come up here, I do have a small row of space plants. just right here. There's my small little bit of space plants that I've already done. And then over here, I've started a few Stargadium plants just so that I can get that stuff done. I also planted my yellow stone lily right here. And if we drop down below, you'll see that I've got that piece of end stone right there so that it is collecting the end stone dust that I can then centrifuge for helium. I also completed my second run of rods down in there. It did complete. I thermaled it, and now I have 56 tiny piles of plutonium. Those guys will be used for, let's see here. I can take this stuff, I can smelt it down to those nuggets, or I can compress it into one of those, or I can pulverize it into a tiny pile. That'll make the big piles that I can then smelt into the regular plutonium, and then with this guy I can start combining it. So 8 times the 9 is 72. So I don't quite have enough for all 8 of those, but at least we are getting it there. I've got 56, so I'm close to that 72. I just need to set up and run a third set of rods down there. This guy is almost fully charged. I caught it just a little bit before it was... or a little bit after it had started draining again. So we can see it's just a little bit shy. It's 8 million EU shy of being completely full. So I really didn't miss it by much. Then I whack it with a hammer so it's not losing anything while I'm not actually making use of it. But yeah, things are slowly coming along. I am also working on the bees over here. I'm gathering up the combs and royal jelly, doing the imperial drones because the dripping comb gives lots of honey. The royal jelly I'll need for later. And then over here I've also been just using these cultivateds in order to get more honeycomb because those also produce the honey drops. And the whole point of doing all of that is I would like to make some of these guys, the electrical stimulators, and they need 750 honey each, as well as more alveary frames. So it's a matter of going and getting all of those things together, along with some of these circuit boards that require MV circuits each. So that will be interesting to try and gather up all those materials and resources so that we can make a whole bunch of those stimulator frames in order to get the alvearies up and running a bit better. I can produce the, the quest text here says you can make the mutagenics using golden tubes, and so that's what I'd like to do is set up several of those these guys as mutagenic types, and then that way I can mutate my bees a little bit faster and try and get them bred up to the newer stuff. So anyway, I'm going to disappear again for a while I try and get stuff more set up. We'll see you after a while. Alright, so I went looking around the end and I ran across one of these tower things that you're supposed to find. But in order to do anything with it, I'm going to need to get myself ready. I have my brew bag with me, and I can do that and get myself some temporary regen, and maybe actually have my sword ready, because I think stuff doesn't like it when you're over here. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Okay. well, this is interesting, to say the least. Let's see here. Let's come up here and see if they can do anything while I'm up here. Nope. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can deal with all the screaming Endermen. I don't know if the torches will work on these guys like this, so we'll find out. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another one of those. Okay. All right. I'm thinking this is not a really safe place to be. But here we go anyway. Alright. Alright then. Let's get some more regen here. There we go. And let's see what we can do. Looks like we have a supercharged. Oh, nice. Sorry about all this. I am definitely not accustomed to doing a whole lot of fighting. Whoops. Completely missed where I wanted that to go. Okay. Oh, and there he goes. All right. Let's see here. Ah, come on! Crazy game. There we go. That's a little better. Alright. I'm not sure what to make of this thing. Other than I need to, like, break some of these blocks in order for another quest to be completed. Alright. Oh, I have no room. Alright. Lightning Summoner. Get rid of string. There we go. Anyway, having found one of these towers, let's go ahead and just mark it here. New one. We'll mark that tower there. And see, I'm supposed to get 4 obsidian pillars, 4 smooth obsidian, 4 smooth glowing obsidian, and 4 chiseled glowing obsidian for this thing. And then more than enough ender pearls there. And then that will unlock like the essence altar and the biome compass and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and grab what we can then. Oh, that must have been a glowing one, so That's different, of course. Go figure. Alright. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, hey, look at that. A water bucket and some in powder. Alright. Let's see. Smooth obsidian. I think I need, yeah, one more of those. See if we can find some more glowing obsidian as well. Like this guy right here. Smooth glowing obsidian, good. We'll go ahead and grab that. There we go. Looks like it's in the corners of these things, so maybe there was another one over there. Let's see. Yeah, another one here. We'll go ahead and grab that. And then it also wants, let's go ahead and get rid of that. And both of those. I don't need obsidian stairs. Oh, obsidian pillars. That's another piece I need. Go. We'll go ahead and grab 4 of those, and then I'll have to figure out... Oh, there's chiseled obsidian right there. All right. Yeah, I've got enough room for it. Sorry for all the Endermen screaming. They are, of course, extremely mad that I am on their tower. More chiseled, one more pillar, and then one more chiseled after this. Okay. Ah, there's another. Okay, that guy just came out of nowhere, kind of, sort of. As long as I don't have to monkey with them too bad, I'll be all right. All right, did that get it all? Let's see. Oh, it wants chiseled glowing obsidian. I'm not sure where that might be. Chiseled, chiseled, chiseled. Smooth. Not seeing any that's chiseled glowing, so... Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do right there. Chiseled glowing might... That one underneath the thing might be one. I haven't had to kill one of those things yet. I did see someone else doing their tutorial where they were showing off that. Oh, that's lame. Okay. Let's see what happens if I... And there we go. Oh. Okay. He does all kinds of cool stuff to you. There he is. Now where'd he go? Dang it, I can't see him. Where'd he go? There he is. Alright, sorry about that. Let's see if we can whoop this guy, huh? I'm probably not supposed to be able to just fly around him and that kind of stuff, but here we are. Ow. I'm guessing that's supposed to actually, like, knock me off the tower or something, if you were to actually hit me with it. Alright, let's keep going. He's almost toast. Oh, and I lost all the stuff that he drops. That's unfortunate. But that also means I might be able to get this thing here now. Yeah, look at that. Chiseled glowing obsidian. There we go. Alright, well, that was fun. I might have to come back to the towers and stuff and play around with those. But in any case, I can go back to the dragon portal at this point. Let's see. The other quests for this thing are to get... Oh, a whole mess of stuff. End powder. Oh, vanilla pearls. Alright, so that's just some crafting stuff, it sounds like. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and head back to base and eat up and figure out what I'm going to work on next. So yeah, I'll see you guys back here after a bit. Alright, we're going to knock out just a little bit more of the Ender quest now that I'm back at base. My temple collar fully charged. I think that thing like resets the end when you use it. Very interesting thing to make use of. But I need the flower pot in order to get this other part of this quest. Let's see here. This guy. You need a death flower and a flower pot, and then what's this thing say? The purple flower found on top of those are death flowers. It can be planted on endstone, dirt, grass, or inside flower pots. Outside they'll slowly decay. After some time it'll occasionally attract angry endermen. When it decays completely, it turns dark, propagates massive amount of decay to nearby blocks, and spawns an energy cluster. Partial decay can be healed a little using end powder. So I'm not sure why I want to do this. Yeah, that just seems kind of, I wouldn't say scary. Let's see if this thing has any hints as to what that does. Death flower. Purple flower found on top of blah. Outside the end, it'll slowly decay, even if in a flower pot. After some time, it starts to attract stuff. When it decays completely, it turns dark, propagates a massive amount of decay to nearby blocks, and spawns an energy cluster. Okay, it can be used to make magenta dye, and that can be used to make gray dye. But that's not really... That's not real helpful to me, I don't think. Ender goo buckets, which I finally got. Transport beacon. Igneous rock, iron pickaxe are better. Okay, sure. Alright. So, just some interesting stuff then, I guess. It says it'll decay even when it's in a flower pot. I'm not sure I want to do that in my base. I'm not sure I really want to do that in the overworld at all. Maybe I'll let that sit for a while. Anyway, that was a nice little jaunt into the end. I am going to check the time on this video. I might be close to time, especially with all of that silent flying around trying to kill Enderman and that Ender Eye. I did not get the spatial gem it drops. That was one of the loot items that it did fell into the void. So my understanding though is that that thing is only there so that if you fall into the void you won't die, but since I've got a jetpack it's not really pertinent. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and yeah, like I say, I'm going to look at the time, see how much time is left here. In the meantime, I'm going to be working towards the UU matter stuff. I'm going to be still working on my space plants. Now that these guys are all grown, I might do another round and try and get some more space plants, a couple more Stargadium, and just trying to get myself worked my way through. I am also running full-time right now the little distillery tower that does oil to the 4 different types, and then trying to get more naphtha processed so that I can get more propene. And that's what I need in order to run some more epoxid, because the next quest that I am looking at completing is this one here, trying to get the field generator tier 2s. And these guys, I need 4 of them, and each of those needs 4 chips. So I need 16 EV chips, which is going to cost me 48 advanced circuit boards, the epoxid type of circuit boards, and so I've got to work on some more epoxid that way. This may preempt me going into the multi-block goals and actually making the yeah, this guy, the oil gas fluid drilling rig, just so that I can have that done. This guy only requires MV, so it's one of those, why haven't you made it yet? That's pretty simple stuff to get this guy. And then from there I can consider going with titanium and a couple of HV and some motors in order to get the tier 2. And then realistically I could then also go with the tungsten steel, a couple of EVs, some EV motors, and make this guy the tier 3. The only thing that would prevent me from doing that is that it does require the tungsten steel machine casings and frame boxes, and the birds are going absolutely nuts. Shush! Oh my. Alright, so anyway, I'll be back once I've figured out the time and decide what to work on next. Alright, I had a look at the time and it seems we're at about 32 minutes, so just before I close out this episode, I figured I would go ahead and make the oil gas fluid drilling rig. You can see there in my inventory that I have the 15 steel frame boxes that it's expecting, and there is our quest complete for this. Basically, I've learned that I probably need to go ahead and upgrade my ability to get oil. This guy is taking too long. I'm trying to get more epoxid, and the propene is extremely slow to come by because it wants to process the naphtha, and the naphtha takes a while out of just oil. So I figure if I'm not extracting oil berries all the time, I might be able to get that done a bit faster. The alternative being that I could just set it up to get it out of heavy fuel as well, since I'm not making a huge use of my fuel over there. So it may be one of those things where I need to start setting up overflow valves and things along those lines. We'll see how things work themselves out. Basically, I would like to start running certain things continuously and have the leftover excess stuff either void itself or go be used for other things. So I'm going to see if I can engineer some kind of thing to deal with still making the diesel, but once the diesel is full, I can start making use of other fluids such as the heavy fuel and stuff like that. So in any case, this video is done. I'm going to probably write up some more things to put on my little board over here, and then I'm still going to be reorganizing. I said I was going to work on base stuff, and then I completely didn't do any of that and was working more on more machines and more automation. So anyway, I am going to get to work on those things. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then.